on 2 on 2, we're going to show you the sights and sounds of Andy's, a popular Chicago jazz bar.
This is WBBM-TV's weekly magazine with Harry Porterfield and Bob Wallace. 2 on 2.
Good evening. Last spring, Bob and I took you to one of our favorite spots in Chicago.
It's called Andy's Lounge and offers some of the best cold beer and hot jazz in town.
We are especially fond of Andy's because all of the musicians there are hometown talent. Come on along, and we'll reintroduce you.
Andy's is the kind of place that musicians love. It's as comfortable as an old cornet case. The bosses let them play anything they want. The crowd knows and appreciates good jazz.
A half-dozen different bands play here, all local musicians who play with studio bands or make commercials or accompany visiting name musicians when they appear at Chicago's fancier night spots. And when they're between gigs like those, they come to Andy's.
Dick Goodman and his partner, Scott Chisholm, transformed Andy's into a jazz lounge from what it used to be, a hangout for printers from the nearby Sun-Times and Tribune. Not that they changed the looks of the place much.
Speaking of atmosphere, Dick, you and I talked one time about remodeling this place.
We put in new light bulbs.
You don't want to touch it?
No, not at all.
Why not?
Well, as long as it's clean, that's what we care about. It's an old saloon, and jazz is an old saloon music.
No, the big change at Andy's was the music and the arrival of local jazz artists like Eddie Johnson, a tenor sax player who once traveled with Duke Ellington. But neither he nor his wife liked the one-night stands. So Eddie took a steady job as a data processor for City Hall. Now, after 23 years, he's back full-time to his first love.
Jazz has made the circle, I might say. It's coming back strong, it's here, and I think it'll be here a while.
Drummer Phil Gratteau says jazz is on the rebound because places like Andy's are introducing new fans to the sheer fun of jam session jazz.
Gets around too, and it becomes somewhat of an in thing too. You know, people hear, hey, we had a great time at Andy's on this particular afternoon, whatever it was. You got to come by, you know, it's a ball.
A lot of people agree that jazz is back. Chicago hotels are booking bands again. New clubs are sprouting up. Radio stations are switching to swing. And high schools and colleges are teaching jazz, all of which amazes pianist John Young, a Chicagoan who's played with everyone from Cannonball Adderley to Nancy Wilson.
Once upon a time, jazz was my culture, you know. But I think it's going to be everybody's culture now. It's going to be America's culture now.
A look around the room at Andy's confirms that. Blue jeans and business suits, black and white faces. Everyone seems to love the music and the atmosphere. Of course, one fan has a special reason. She's the wife of Vibes player Wilbur Campbell.
Where else would you come on a Thursday night after you've worked hard and yell your brains out and have a good time and you feel good and you're not tired? It's all right again.
For Wilbur, Andy's is a special treat because on his other jobs, he usually plays drums.
But at Andy's, everything is so beautiful. I get a chance to relax and play some melody. And I'm on the front line instead of in the background.
Wilbur Campbell played for years with the Lionel Hampton Band.
Bass player Chuck Parham goes back even farther. He played with Zooty Singleton, Jimmy Lunsford, Chicago's Three Deuces in the 1930s. He also played at WBBM-TV back in the 50s when television stations had their own orchestras. But his favorite place to play just may be Andy's.
I think Andy's started a new trend in jazz. By not bringing in the named jazz players, they're working with the local jazz musicians. Every band here, they're super guys, beautiful guys.
Johnny Board is another veteran who also had his own band. Johnny Board and the Rockin' Planks. But his favorite musical moment just might be when he's matching skills with Eddie Johnson on a real crowd pleaser, Flying Home.
People make me play like this because they seem to enjoy it so much. And when they enjoy it, I enjoy it.
Improvisation like that amazes me, so I asked an expert about it, a friend of mine who just happens to be a musician himself.
You know, jazz is essentially a very creative music. I was trained as a classical musician. I'm bound to the music, but not a jazz musician. A jazz musician is free to create whatever his technique allows him to. And I think that's what pervades the atmosphere here. It's the sense of creativity shared by everyone who comes into this place.
Well, Harry inspired me so much that I couldn't resist. Jo Belle, a terrific singer who does lots of radio commercials, invited me to join her on Lover Come Back to Me.
I like that as much as the first time I saw it.
I know, it was fun. Jo Belle sings terrifically.
Andy's has live jazz Monday through Friday from 5 to 7:30 p.m. And on Thursday and Friday, there's live jazz during the lunch hour as well.